But let's see what Chromy has prepared, because he's saying he's got something new and fresh for us, and we'll find out. Maybe it'll begin in this pre-ban as we get into round number 1 with Matsu and Chromy.
Yeah, the pre-bans are coming out here. That's already going to tell us a lot of the direction that the players will take here. We'll likely see some LDs pre-ban, probably KUROMI pre-banning the Laura, and Matsu might be getting rid of that Tianlang or Ragdoll here.
Ooh, so Yanhong catching a ban. Tian Lang's going to be catching a ban. Matsu on the right side with the first pick.
Yeah, Yanhong getting banned instead. Matsu probably wasn't expecting that in banning the Tianlang, wanting to utilize that turn cycling from Yanhong. But now that that ban is foiled, he opts for the Water Twin Angel first pick here.
Love the Water Twin Angel first pick. It's got a lot in store for his opponent, doing so well in today's tournament already. Viva Chill is going to be a first pick here for KUROMI, and a Hey Gang.
Well, takes the Vivid Chill back for a Chandra. I was going to say, we saw 2 units that weren't his most used in the Vivid Chill and the Hey Gang, but takes it back for the Chandra there, matching that speed lead from the Twin Angels. And Matsu just, completing the Trinity there, I guess, with the Cigar and Vela Jewel.
Yeah, definitely a form of Trinity for sure when you have that Water Twin Angels, 24 speed lead, offering a lot for your team, and then just throwing down Cigar Vela, totally fine. I did not like that ADA at all. Like, I don't know about you, but that ADA being showcased right there, I feel like I could care less.
Yeah, might be seeing the Ragdoll and a Rakan again. This one probably not going to be a Leo counter, as there is no Leo on the board, but takes back the Ragdoll for a pattern here instead. We see the Rakan again here. It's a interesting unit. We'll see how it's ruined.
Yeah, I think this might be part of his plan as something interesting. This could be like a unit for the Cigar. Who knows? If he flashes the Leo, pulls it right back. There's no way he's going to draft the Leo here. But we're going to get 2 water units slam down, Miles and the Chow.
Yeah, opts for 2 strong water units here. There are no wind units on the side of KUROMI here, obviously. Also no defense break. So, that Rakan probably going to be built on some sort of damage. May not be doing that much damage after all, as there's no defense break. But we'll see how he rounds with draft here, and that is a phenomenal last pick.
Yeah, Dumon. I feel like Dumon's just a ban. Like, you drop that unit in there, and it's just banned. Whoa, he's going to be swapping for a Leo, but I feel like Leo, the Dumon was banned. I think the Leo's banned, so it really didn't matter what Chromy was going to be last picking here.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Last pick gets banned. Again, can't really go wrong with the Leo into a Miles, and gets quickly banned out there. 24 speed leads for both players. We'll likely be seeing Matsu taking turn 1 with this Miles as well as the Water Twin Angel.
Yep, and let's kick things off, because we've got Matsu taking turn 1 in round number 1 with Matsu and KUROMI.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward here for Matsu though, right? Can't really be removing anything because of the Hey Gang and the pattern on the field here. Even here too, probably just wants to boost up the Cigar, then get a reset on the board. Boost up the Vela Jewel, just the same.
Yep, throwing up 3-turn immunity, pushing his team up. Cigar's going to be going with it as well. Strip reset potentially onto the Hey Gang here.
Yep, opts to go for that Hey Gang. Doesn't want to get, immunity stripped off here. But now we will see what KUROMI can answer here.
Now, let's see where the focus right now for Chromy is going to go. So he's going to transform already, getting his immunity up here. And then, of course, Rakan's going to be taking a turn. We do have a strip available. Big third skill. Strips the immunity on top of that Vela Jewel.
I'm not sure how big of a third skill that was. There was no crit. It did about 3,000 damage to that Vela Jewel, barely tickling it. Missing the provoke there, too. So, Rakan not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of this unit. There's got to be something more to it. I don't know what is more to it, but we'll hopefully find out later on.
Oh, well, that might be more to it right there. Getting that revenge at 50% rate and actually getting the 2-turn provoke this time. Having the 2-turn provoke on the revenge and then a 50% chance to revenge gives you, approximately 75% chance of getting that revenge and then just permanently provoking a unit. So that is definitely a possibility that KUROMI is looking for here.
Yeah, so getting a little bit of value already, a little bit of poke damage. I do agree with getting rid of the Water Twin Angels. That's going to be a problematic unit for Chromy to have to deal with. So nice little turns there happening right now for Matsu. He's trying to really get rid of the Chandra and remove it from the field. Defense break's going to be landing and capitalizing on a little bit of damage.
Oh, beautiful stun coming out of the Heigang. There needs, that to keep the miles down. His Chandra is already looking very low here. And this Rakan just isn't doing a whole lot, It is on Vampire, not landing that many provokes, not doing that much damage, and Chromy is on the back foot here.
Yeah, Chromy's trying to get some stuns out onto the field. No return stun coming from Chandra. Here comes Rakan, attempt number 2 to do a whole lot of something, and it's just a little bit of poke damage going out onto the Villagewell.
Yeah, Sagar going right back on that Chandra here, getting that defense break and the provoke, looking to remove this unit from the field. Again, on the Chromy side, there's just no defense break. He's doing so little damage, and all that little damage that he's doing is being healed up by this Villagewell.
Yeah, exactly that. So there's that big second skill, not getting a stun on top of the Chandra, but providing plenty of damage here. So there's a third skill coming from Patter. Patter's throwing up that immunity back and landing some very much needed provokes.
And here comes the Rakan with the skill 3 provoke. No immunity on the side of Matsu at this point, so this might be the window that he's looking for here. But this Chandra is getting dangerously low.
Yeah, I think he might be changing his focus, because I feel like he does want to stun up this Villagewell, but it looks like getting rid of the Water Twin Angels is on the docket right now for Chromy.
Yeah, still opting to go for that. Villagewell, I believe, does have skill 3 available here. Would be looking to cleanse all of these provokes, but I guess Miles already moves out of it anyways.
Yep, here comes more poke damage going towards Sagar right now, landing the dot. Big second skill is going to go out onto the Chandra, not landing the defense break. But the additional turns popping out. We get sustained, we get immunity. Things are trying to turn around here for Matsu.
Yeah, beautiful additional turn there. It did not actually have the immunity up right away, but with that violent proc does get it. And yeah, Chromy not looking so bad after all, remove that Water Twin Angel. Sagar's already looking low, but will be losing his Chandra here.
Yeah, so I know that Miles is going to play a pretty big pat here going up against Chromy right now, so it's definitely not over here for Matsu just yet. He lands that defense break, capitalizes on that damage as well. Patter's taking a lot of damage right now from that defense break.
That was so much damage on that Villagewell. These procs are so influential, getting... I think this Villagewell has gotten 3 violent procs already. He's really just putting in work for Matsu here. And this might be a dead Patter.
Ooh, interesting situation right there. I almost thought he needed to use a skill 2 and stun up this Rakan, but that's not what happened. The provoke's going to be landing on top of the Sagar here. Sagar looks like he might get bumped out soon.
Yeah, definitely a slight misplay from Matsu there, not using the skill 2 either on the... Well, you can't stun the Rakan, but not using it to kill the Patter there, but gets rid of the Patter either way, and this is still looking very, very good for Matsu.
Yeah, it definitely is. So here comes that big skill 2, laying it down on top of the Heigang right now, completely ignoring this Rakan, and I feel like that doesn't say a lot for Rakan when Matsu doesn't care too much about this unit.
Well, the thing with Rakan is, you have the Heigang on the field, so you can't strip stun it, or the Heigang is going to cleanse it. And if you focus it, you're likely going to be getting those revenge by those collapses and then getting stripped and provoked. And but with this Rakan being built on Vampire as well, doesn't care a whole lot about getting hit, but it is also a very dead Rakan at this point.
Yeah, definitely dead indeed. That poke damage is going to be taking out that Sagar, but it's not going to matter too much here. And we have Matsu, after a long battle there, getting a round 1 victory over Chromy.
Yeah, definitely a solid draft from Matsu there. The Heigang on the side of Chromy, while it did provide in that protection on turn 1, it doesn't do a whole lot in those long drawn-out fights. And Chromy just did not have enough damage or CC or sustain. It just lacked a little bit in all those departments to make it out there. It was close, but Matsu comes out on top.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of hope that Chromy puts the Rakan away. I feel like it wasn't as impactful as a unit that will, gain some traction for him. I think there's definitely some other routes we could take, but let's see what else he has in store for us. He said he's got something planned, and he's been cooking.
Yeah, he's been cooking. That Rakan may have burned the kitchen down, but maybe he has still something left in the pantry.
It could have been an appetizer. We'll see. We'll see. There's the Sagar. There's the Ragdoll. Those are pre-bans right here as we get into round number 2.
Yeah, KUROMI with the first pick here. We'll see how he decides to open his draft up.
He had his hands up there. He looks like he didn't have it planned out just yet, but you know what? The Water Twin Angel seems just right to me. So takes that unit away from Matsu. Couldn't agree more. I do think this should probably stay a contested unit through all players today.
Definitely, yeah. Again, yeah, didn't really seem like he knew exactly what he was doing here, but just figures out taking that Water Twin Angels and can't really go wrong with that. Matsu now responding, with the classic 24 speed lead of his own from the Chandra and the Bella Jewel.
Oh, there's the Viva. He was going to first pick it before, and now he's going to be busting it out right here. So Chandra Vela, we do have a Cigars actually banned out here. Viva and Dumon are going to be the units he locks in.
Yeah, just flexing those LDs here, and I definitely do like these units. Matsu does play slightly a slower style here. Maybe he's going to pivot into speed now, because otherwise that Duman is looking extremely dangerous. Just getting that skill 3 off in a unit, and that is going to be dead in a few turns. Viva Chill also very volatile. If Matsu goes first, one of his units has low attack bar, Viva might just be deleting that unit.
Yeah, those are actually two of my most wanted LD Nat 5s right now, is a Viva Chill and Dumon. So I'm jealous to see both of them drafted together just like that. But I do think Sekhmet and Oliver, these are very good units for Matsu draft. Why is Rakan back?
That is a great question, but also a great drafting from Matsu here. It does recognize that threat from the Duman and the Viva Chill, just picking 2 reset units. These are extremely effective. Probably will round out the draft with some sort of a buff remover here as well. But yeah, Rakan is back for one reason or another that might be explained in this match. We'll see.
Yeah, we definitely will see. I thought we were moving on to the appetizer, so we're bringing back... I thought we were moving on to the entree, but we're bringing back the appetizer, so we'll see what happens. Laura's going to be the last pick here for Matsu.
Yeah, as expected, picking a buff remover. Laura might be the best, little best in slot on that, so very good drafting from Matsu coming out here. KUROMI, you don't see a draft like this every day, so can't speak too much on his behalf. Maybe it'll work, maybe not, but Matsu's draft is looking very good right now.
I will say there's a lot of value in surprising your opponent and keeping them guessing, because he's keeping us guessing, locking in the Rakan once again, and he's got an HP lead and a speed lead's on the other side for Matsu. We'll see what happens getting to round number 2, because Chromy needs to get a match on the board.
Absolutely, he does have full will here, so the whole team is not getting controlled here, and even getting that resistance there is very nice. So Viva Chill will likely be able to get her skill 3 off, and Matsu might be losing a unit right away.
Yeah, definitely here. I think he actually has to strip stun the Viva Chill if he can land that. It's really important for him to do that, and he's not able to do that. It gets resisted here.
Yeah, unfortunately getting resisted there, and we are looking at a dead Chandra as a result. Or Oliver.
Yeah, Chandra's definitely going to be disappearing here. Or the Oliver. It was one or the other. We've got skills available with the Dark Monkey King. You can shut down that unit right here.
Yeah, I believe the Oliver actually violent procced after using that skill 3 on the Duman, so a bit unfortunate there, because otherwise it would have had high attack bar and the Viva Chill would not been able to swap it. Getting that additional turn, and as a result getting removed from the match. And this is looking good for KUROMI.
Yeah, Matsu trying to get some value from the second skill, not landing the defense break on the Dumon, but the defense break does land on top of the Viva Chill. Viva Chill, I believe, has skill 2 available.
She does have skill 2 available here, and just picking back up the team here, just the volatility coming out of that Duman and the Viva Chill, and Matsu only having one answer in the segment to them, didn't really have a consistent buff remover going in front of the Oliver to be able to reset, take advantage of Oliver's reset as well.
Yeah, exactly that. There's that third skill. We've got defense breaks and stuns across the board right now on Matsu's side of the field, so we can really pummel in that damage right now on top of the segment and that Chandra. So there's a little bit of attack bar push. We've got some big damage coming from the Dak Monkey King, looking to claim a soul here. Not getting much damage onto that Chandra, though.
Yeah, KUROMI will be taking this match here most likely, and while, the Rakan, well, with that violent proc, maybe Matsu has something to say about it. But it is still looking extremely strong for KUROMI.
Yeah, it really is. I feel like the Dumon and the Viva put in a ton of work, and the Rakan is just happy to be here.
That is exactly what I was getting to. You know, the Dark Monkey and the Rakan could have been almost any units. I feel like the Dooman just tanked the resets, and then Vivichel just deleted that one unit. And now, although Vivichel is looking a bit low here, so maybe Matsu does have a way back in this match.
Yeah, let's see what happens, because we do know how consistent Veladril and Chandra can be here. So a little bit of damage going towards that Vela. Dooman still pretty healthy right now.
Yeah, Rakan again missing that strip provoke on this Veladril. I wonder if it's built on high resistance as well. But now losing that Vivichel, and all of a sudden the tables have turned here, and Matsu is looking to have stabilized.
Yep, there's Rakan poking a little bit of damage on the Veladril. Third skill pushing up his team right now. So Matsu is able to capitalize on the defense break sitting on top of this Dark Monkey King, trying to get a slow here, pushing his team even further.
Yeah, wow, this is a phenomenal comeback from Matsu here. I mean, obviously the game is still not over, but yeah, I mean, he's in full control here. I can't help but think, you know, if this Rakan and Dark Monkey may have been slightly more impactful units, that Chromy would have been able to push his advantage that he had early on there in the 4v3.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, it just, if those two were anything, we could be singing a different tune right now for Chromy. But you know, maybe Rakan he's gonna be it one day. Maybe this is all a trap, and he's got two Rakans ruined up, and this one's just putting you in a soft lull.
Or maybe this Rakan will still take the match. There is a possibility. It is built a vampire, and there's currently no immunity on the side of Matsu. Needs to get this provoke, and he does.
Yep, lands it. Provokes are going up here on the Veladril, so no way to cleanse that up here, because he's going to be losing his Sekhmet too.
Well, this is an extremely close match we have here. Dooman, you know, getting those turns, getting that brand on the Sekhmet, and it goes down.
As a YDCB would say one day, Jenga, because it's popping off right now. We're getting provokes landing on top of the Veladril. No provoke landing on top of the Chandra. Veladril is going to be dropping there. A lonely Chandra right now going up against the Dooman and Rakan.
Yeah, Dooman actually does have skill to reveal. Wow, this match has swung like a pendulum, you know? It looked so strong for Chromy at the beginning, then it looked like Matsu was going to definitely take this. And now, once again, it's looking like Chromy will eke it out here.
Yep, Suppression's landing. The Provoke is landing as well, stopping him, so he's keeping up with immunity. That's a nice little stun, though, coming out of the Chandra, so there is no sustain, but that's 4 turns. There's no way this guy's going to last any longer, because that is definitely going to be it right here. Chromy finally responds, gets a match on the board with a round 2 victory over Matsu.
Yeah, you know, I guess the Rakan and Dark Monkey did just enough there, and he's able to make it out there. Again, a very close match. Could have definitely gone either way with a couple more resistance or violent procs there. But, you know, Rakan just pick up a win.
It definitely did. It was not carried by the Dooman whatsoever. I hope no one is thinking that. We're giving full credit to Rakan.
Yeah, definitely. Rakan was there till the end of the match, and you know, putting those collapses, getting those provokes. So definitely, you know, not a worthless unit. It does maybe have somewhat of a place, but I can't help but think Chromy is maybe forcing it a bit too much here.
Yeah, that could be the surprise unit, or one of the surprise units that he's really trying to like showcase here. So good on him for changing it up here, because we all know there is a lot of people out there that are tired of seeing the Chandra, Vela, Cigar teams, and it just, you know, bringing the tried and true that works so well. And you know, Chromy's trying something fresh, and you gotta respect the fresh.
And definitely, yeah, give him props. You know, taking a win with it too. Again, yeah, might have been largely due to the LDs and their contributions, but the players are now really taking their time on this pre-ban for Game 3.
Yep, as they should. They should really be thinking about it. You know, maybe Matsu pre-banning out a Rakan here. Who knows?
Yeah, anything could happen. We've seen so many Nyx pre-bans and some, you know, questionable pre-bans. Maybe we'll see a Rakan. The clock is running down here.
I know, these guys don't know what they want to pre-ban. That's so crazy to see that. And it is Water Twin Angels Tian Lang catching a pre-ban now.
Yeah, the Water Twin Angels have proved so useful today. You know, that is my most wanted unit there as well. You know, it is just so much it does so little but so much at the same time. You know, all those skills, they don't do a whole lot, but the combination of skills and the utility that it's able to provide is incredible. And yeah, Chromy just not wanting to deal with that, bans it out.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a very, very consistent unit. And another consistent unit for Chromy is bringing it out once again. It is Viva getting locked in right next to his Chandra.
Yeah, that, you know, I said it earlier, I really like the Vivid Chill. That is a very threatening unit. Not so much into the Sagar. You know, if Sagar is able to get a reset on it, it does have a very long cooldown, that skill tree. And it is also most influential when used turn 1. As you know, you can probably line up the attack bars the best then. But still, you know, can't really go wrong with it. Matsu, you know, taking that last part of that Trinity and also a speed lead of his own in Sierra.
Yeah, I definitely think he needed to land that speed lead in here, where Chromy is showcasing one speed lead already. So I think Sierra was kind of one of those options there, and a solid option indeed, where we're not showing a ton of immunity. I know the Viva Chill can provide some immunity with skill too, but that Rakan's coming back, and we've got the Doom on again.
You know, a unit that does have immunity and permanent immunity, that is the Rakan. You know, I actually don't hate the Rakan pick here that much. You know, maybe I'm getting converted here, but yeah, Rakan comes out pretty good into the CR. You know, and there is a low buff removers on the side of Matsu. Also picking up the Hey Gang to potentially protect himself from a Laura that might be coming.
You know, what's funny here is I really like the Rakan Hey-Gang combination for the same reason I like Masha in Hey-Gang combination, because you always have the immunity to give them something that they kind of want to strip at the same time. And, you know, you're just getting so much benefit after having those two units paired up like that. Ethna is going to be the unit that Chromy's going to potentially lock into respond to Miles and Chow.
Yeah, definitely a solid last pick there on the Ethna. You know, Matsu going back to his tried and true water last picks here, and Chow and the Miles, and you know that Ethna is definitely not seeing the game.
Yep, Ethna's going to be catching a ban. Chow is going to be catching a ban. That's the second time we've seen Chow banned out, but 24 speed lead for both the players here. We're getting into game number 3 with Matsu and Chromy.
Yeah, these players are putting a lot of respect on Chow. You know, here I think it's been drafted 3 times now and banned out all 3 times that it's been in the game. Yeah, Matsu taking turn 1 here, getting the stun on the Chandra, meaning it is going to be pushed up.
Yep, and we've got Chromy shattering all those that were up on everybody with the Chandra 3rd skill, only getting a slow, of course, on to that Miles.
Yeah, might be looking to swap that Miles with the Viva Chill here. Ooh, I would have liked to see a pushback on the Miles from the Hey Gang, and then it would have gotten a more effective skill 3 from the Viva. As played, he just opts to go for a skill 2 now.
Yeah, for sure. I think he wants to lock down this. He does. He locks down the Village Rule, gets the Provokes land. Provokes also landing on top of the Miles. 3rd skill available here for the Gar, and he doesn't not get the reset on top of the Viva.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Kuromi not landing the Provoke on the Sagar, but then, you know, fair enough, getting a resistance on the Viva Chill as well.
Ooh, we get one collapse proc, but no Provoke's going to be landing on top of the Viva Chill here. 3rd skill available, looking to get the slows across the entire board. Does land on top of the Vela and Sagar. A little bit of poke damage from this Rakan going onto the Vela Jewel.
Yeah, needs to control this Vela Jewel. It does have immunity up, and, you know, immunity would do a lot of damage here. Although it does have the Hagen strip available.
Yeah, he's been holding on to that Hey Gang strip just for, you know, Vela Jewel is going to be getting a turn. So there's the 3rd skill. He chooses to detonate the bomb, doing a lot of damage to the very tanky Viva Chill.
Ooh, Viva Chill getting a nice violent proc out there. Cannot do a whole lot though. Skill 2's on cooldown. Skill 3 doesn't really have a proper target here. But still opting to sacrifice a lot of HP on his Chandra to give it a turn. Interesting.
Yeah, that was a very interesting situation, trying to boost up the Chandra to swap it out there. Luckily, the bomb's not going to be landing on Chromy's Chandra, though.
Yeah, that is a very fortunate resistance, because otherwise that would have been a dead Chandra here. Now he can defend that Viva Chill and keep it alive.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting situation to do that, to take all that life from Chandra just to hug his Viva Chill. I wonder if he thought he had 3rd skill coming?
Yeah, I feel like he must have thought he had 3rd skill coming to potentially, you know, boost his team and lock down the Vela Jewel. But now Vela Jewel getting the skill 3 up, getting an immunity and since he traded all that life on that Chandra, it just goes down here. And Matsu's in a commanding position.
Yeah. I feel like he definitely misplayed right there, swapping the life on his Chandra. I feel like we know what he was trying to do, but it just did not work out in his favor at all.
Yeah, definitely did not. And this Rakan, you know, just getting these provokes and whatnot, but it really isn't doing that much damage. We saw the collapse right there, hitting a CR for 5,000. That is just not much.
No, and that's a first skill attack buff for 1.3 on the Village Roll, and there's that return collapse. It was like 2.8, so the damage isn't that high for this Rakan, and this Rakan is definitely going to be falling to the hands of Matsu. So Matsu is going to be getting a round 3 victory. He is at match point now.
He is, and you know, just picking that Chao, getting it banned out, and farming this Rakan a little bit here. Again, I'm just not convinced by this Rakan. I feel like if you're picking it, you should be doing a lot more damage than that. We're seeing him miss a bunch of crits, missing a lot of provokes too, so it really makes me wonder what type of build is on. You know, Rakan does have a very low base speed of 95. That is a problem the Chimera family struggles with. That maybe, you know, requires him to invest a lot of stats on speed and therefore sacrifice, you know, HP and damage.
Yeah, for sure. Those are pre-bans from last time, guys. Water Twin Angels and Tian Lang. Chromy should do himself a favor and pre-ban out the Rakan to stop him from drafting it.
Yeah, you know, wouldn't hate that. But maybe, you know, he did win a game with the Rakan, again, largely due to the contributions of his LDs. We'll see how Matsu pre-bans here. Will he be maybe pre-banning the Dooman or the Viva Chill here?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the Viva has now earned its spot in getting pre-banned out there, even though Viva kind of did Chromy in on himself there with the that swap on the Chandra, but I do think Viva is one of those units that you kind of have to worry about, and it is catching a pre-ban here in a very important match, because this is match point for Matsu.
Yep, and also Chromy banning that Village-Jewel. You know, that Village-Jewel has been doing so much work for Matsu here. It's been getting multiple additional turns and just getting, you know, the heal being on such a low cooldown, doing a bunch of damage as well. But now Chromy picking up the Water Twin Angels and Matsu just snap respond with the Chandra Cigar.
Yep, very tried and true Chandra Cigar coming in. We've got Okeanos. I love seeing all this Okeanos again. It's so cool to see him back into the game.
Yeah, it really is. But we are not seeing the Okeanos, and instead we are seeing our new favorite monster in the Rakan, as well as the Dooman.
I love it. You know what? I love it. It's something that's different. Chromy said he was going to bring something that surprises people, and he is sticking with it, man. It's not even like a counter third pick. He's locking it in the middle of his draft. He wants that Rakan to go in and put in that work.
Yeah, he is definitely, you know, committed to the Rakan bit here, but Matsu very comfortably just locking in a Laura Hagen, looking really comfortable in this draft. This is probably what he, you know, drafts every day on the ladder. Looks a very solid meta draft here, and Chromy now putting more LDs on the board, hoping to do something.
Yeah, Matsu needing a little bit of damage. I think a mile still really works for him. I like to see that unit. I think it is very good going into Ragdoll, Rakan, offering a nice little, you know, stun for his team, strip stun for his team. But it looks like Chow. You know, we've become a big fan of Chow catching all these bans, so I wonder if the Chow is going to be the right pick here too. But it looks like Hey Gang is what they want to get rid of, and to no surprise, seeing Doomon back on a ban.
Yeah, I think as Chromy, you probably had to ban either the Hagen or the Laura here, leaving both of the strips, and it makes your patter somewhat redundant. But now the patter might be able to get some good value here. And I mean, you know my stance on Chow. I'm not a huge fan of him, so glad to see it not being banned out this time.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens. Here comes that third skill collapse, trying to get some provokes out here.
Yeah, gets a massive 2-turn provoke on the Cigar here.
Yep, really locks that unit down. Looks like he's going to throw up some immunity, protect his team just a little bit longer here. A little bit of poke damage coming out here. I don't think he's going to use that wild blow. Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, wants to stay in the bear form for those passive heals that are coming through here. Matsu might be defending this Cigar here. Does not want to lose that unit. And he does not actually have any heals on his side. Only Chow self-healing.
Ooh, there's the Jenga happening right there. Provokes landing. 2-turn on Cigar and that Chandra. That's what Chromy wants to see.
Yeah, Kuromi, Rakan, you know, maybe he heard our trash talk here, and now getting that Jenga going on and refreshing that provoke, and you know, getting those strips and the damage in.
Well, Matsu putting some respect on Rakan's name. He's starting to beeline that unit, and Chao's putting in that work right now on top of Rakan.
Yeah, it really is. That Rakan is looking a little bit low already, even though it is on Vampire. But we'll see if he can take it out.
Yep, so he's going to be transforming right there. That wild blow going out. Not dealing as much damage as we thought to that Cigar. Cigar still on the healthier side right now. Everybody is going to catch a stun there from the Water Twin Angels, though.
Yeah, Water Twin Angels, very nice skill 2 there. Looking to get a lot of stuns, but Chao, you know, just cleansing that, pummeling in more damage to this Rakan, while the Cigar will drop.
Man, I think Rakan's actually winning this match right now, because those provokes are what's locking the units down here for Matsu.
Yeah, they really are. You know, the Rakan is not letting the team move. Only the Chao is moving, but Chao, I just don't see him soloing this.
I mean, we'll see. A unit's down. We do know Justice can provide a lot of damage. If he got a violent proc there, he would have took out that Rakan for sure. But let's see what happens here, because Laura's trying her darnest to get rid of that Rakan, and Rakan barely holding on here.
Oh, and that is looking to be a very dead Chao. Twin Angels landed that defense break. Ragdoll is actually not moving. Oh, Ragdoll is moving and moving up, and that is a dead Chao. And there, I believe, go Matsu's hope of winning this game as well.
Yep. It finally happened, Topa. We're potentially going into a Game 5, our first one. Here I am thinking the curse could potentially be lifted, but no! We're going to get a Game 5 no matter what. But great job on Chromy. The Rakan put in the work. So Rakan's, it's 2-2 right now. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Unlike the Chao, you know, the one time it gets let through in the match, it loses. So, I don't know.
Your Chao's not looking so hot. It was catching bans all day, and now it just did not put in the work he needed to.
Yeah, maybe other players will also pick up on this and not be banning the Chaos as much, but I mean, we're just biding time here at this point while the rest of Matsu's units fall.
Exactly. Nice little AoE stun, but only stunning up the Laura. Laura is hugged up right now, so it's being protected by the Chandra. Chandra with the AoE slows. We got additional turn, though, coming out of Laura. What kind of damage are we going to see from this third skill here?
Probably enough to die to the reflect damage of Ragdoll, and that is the case there. So now it's just a lonely Despair Chandra, might I add, on the board. That is not going to be taken this game. Chromy will force us into a Game 5 here.
Yep, we definitely are. No defense break was going to be landing on top of the Chandra. Chandra staying alive, though. But there is that round 4 victory. Chromy getting his match on the board. We're going into our very first Game 5 match of SWC APAC Cup.
Oh man, this is so exciting. It's both players, you know, game point. This is the last game no matter what, so now they really got to give it their all. And maybe Kuromi has something else in the store too besides Rakan. Maybe we'll see it now.
Yep, or we can have that Rakan versus Chao once again. Battle of the sub-tier units.
Yeah, we might be seeing that. But we're going to be going to the pre-bans and see those first.
Oh my god, it would make my day to see a Rakan and Chao pre-ban here. That would be hilarious.
Alas, that is not the case. We see a ban on the Water Twin Angels as well as the Tian Lang. The Water Twin Angels have been such an influential unit. I believe whoever has had the Water Twin Angels has won the game, like almost every time.
Yeah. Man, influential through all the regions as well. I can't wait to see what Water Twin Angels is going to be doing when we go to Worlds. I think, again, it's just going to be one of the more contested units out there.
Yeah, and I guess right now we're just going back to that draft of Game 3, I believe this was, with the Cigar first pick getting answered by the Chandra and the Vivid Shell.
Yep, no Water Twin Angels to be drafted right now by Matsu. I feel like he's looking for a nice water unit to slam down at the moment, but he can bring the CR. The CR not too bad here when we have some strip options here.
Yeah, opting to go for the Oliver this time instead of the CR, and we're seeing a Rakan. It's coming out.
Oh, hey, we're going to get a Jackson out here. So the Jackson, Okeanos takes the Jackson back, busts out the Dumon. We know the Dumon is a super good unit. Why do I feel like Okeanos is being taken back and the Rakan's going back? He locks it in! He finally takes the Okeanos instead of taking a Rakan.
I said I was fully expecting a Rakan here. I kind of like the Jackson pick too, you know. I guess aside from the passive, you know, Jackson doesn't do a whole lot, but there are 2 units, you know, Oliver with all of his skills reducing attack bar, so might be getting a lot of value there. But often to go for a Dooman here, which, you know, I'm a big fan of as well.
Yeah, I think a Dumon is an incredible unit. Looks like we're going to be drafting control here for Matsu. We got a Wateryu Moore as his last pick with Heigang as well.
The Hey Gang feels a bit weak in a comp like this, you know. You do have the Villages, there's some like longevity in getting those buffs up, but in a control comp like Hey Gang often just falls a bit bit short.
Yeah, well, Patter's going to be catching that ban. No surprise there. Oliver's going to get banned out as well. 24 speed lead for both players here. Let's see what happens. It's game 5. Matsu versus Chromy. Turn 1's going to the Chandra.
Yeah, that is a very fast Chandra, or Matsu's side is just super slow here. But either way, Chandra takes the first turn and forcing the Moore to move here. Might be looking to swap Moore, most likely just puts up the immunity, which is what he does here.
Yep, looking for the reset in landing on top of the Cigar. So can be landing a Provoke here. No Provoke's going to be landing on top of the Okeanos. Opting to go for a big skill too. And now we have Strip available. Any Despair Stuns coming out here? We do land 1 on Okeanos.
Yeah, very nice Violent Proc from that Cigar, getting that defense break and the Provoke. Villa getting the Violent Proc as well, you know, just missing the crit though, so not getting as much damage on the Okeanos team. Maybe would hope that here comes a Curse of Death and it lands.
Yeah, beautiful strip with the Kama second skill, landing Curse of Death there on top of Cigar. Cigar's not going to be long for life here, so the hug goes out on top of the Okeanos, saving that unit from dying here.
Yeah, still focusing the Cigar here for some reason. You know, that unit will be going down in 3 turns unless this Dooman somehow gets taken out. But getting a nice hug on top of that Okeanos, you know, Matsu recognizes that that is still the target that he wants to go for and tries to strip it with the Village, but fails.
Yeah, no Seal's going to be landing this time because we have confirmed the Wateryu Moore is also on Seal. I'm not too sure if this was Despair or a Swift Moore.
Yeah, we haven't seen it throw any stuns yet. It did get that Seal. And yeah, Matsu just recognizing that his Cigar is going to be going down here, so just chooses to use that skill tree while he can. And that Cigar is dropping.
Let's see what happens here, because we've got second skill available. We don't really need the sustain, but the defense break could have been very nice for him. Beautiful Violent into a Sanctuary, so he's going to be buffing up his team, pushing his more forward. He does get the Seal to land on top of the Dumon, though.
Ooh, very nice lead coming from Vivichel there. This game is still definitely up in the air. That Belladju is taking a lot of additional turns, you know, rocking back into immunity there as well. And we'll see if he can get some stuns from this Hey Gang. Often go for the skill 1.
Yeah, there's that Curse of Death landing on top of the Moore. I think Matsu's running out of time right now. Rain of Stone's going to be coming out. He just wants that damage. He wants a little bit of that value here.
Yeah, and with the heal coming through from the Vivichel, this is looking very bleak for Matsu.
It really is. So there's the skill too. Looking for some Despair Stuns, getting glancing across the board right now. Wateryu is definitely going to be dropping very shortly. He doesn't want to try and strip anything, but he does get it on top of the Hey Gang, so it gives Matsu just a tiny bit of value, but not enough, because I think being down 2 units right now is going to be too much for Matsu to help push back.
Yeah, the Dooman Vivichel combo is so much threat, you know, in killing these units, and Matsu was unable to find an answer to that, and will, unfortunately for him, be going down here.
And honestly, I really like the Okeanos. I feel like Dooman Viva Okeanos, this has been really, really good for Chromy right now. I like the value that we're getting out of the Okeanos a little bit more than the value he was getting with Rakan.
Yeah, definitely. You know, maybe he realized Game 5 it's it's crunch time and no more Rakan, but Okeanos will be enough to get the job done here, and Chromy is going to be moving on.
Is. Curse of Death landing every single time as well. And Chromy finishing off Matsu here and moving forward in today's tournament.